Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am here today as the representative of my group mate for presenting our research title Factors that Affect the Investment Performance of Takaful Industry, Malaysia Evidence. The outline for our presentation is introduction, literature review, followed by research methodology, results and discussion, and the last one about the conclusion. In Malaysia, insurance industry operated parallelly between the conventional insurance company and also Islamic insurance, which is better known as a takaful. Islamic insurance companies actually need to oblige to maintain assets, liabilities, income expenses separately and also preserve and manage the takaful fund on behalf of the participants. So we believe that the difference in the organizational form and investment policy may give different impact towards the investment performance of the Islamic insurance company. Throughout that, we come up with our problem statement, which is we have seen that the Islamic insurance had been established throughout the period very tremendously. So we know that investment performance is actually a crucial Islamic insurance industry as investment income, right? It is crucial in Islamic insurance industry. So we may say that the Islamic insurance company's investment performance should correspondingly move with the growth of the contributions. Therefore, the intention of this study is actually to uncover or investigate the determinants that would affect the investment performance of the Islamic insurance companies. The objective is actually to investigate the determinants of the investment performance of the Islamic insurance, right? With the which is we focus in Malaysia. So with the hypothesis that we expect to have, there is a significant relationship between independent variables that we have selected, which is consists of external factors and internal factors, and we would like to see whether it has a relationship, significant relationship with the investment performance of the selected Islamic insurance company. So, the variables that being chosen, we classify it and justify it in our literature review. So we have size as the measurable. So we have size, and then we have return on asset, we have return on equity, and we have also variables of liquidity. We have gross domestic product. We have profit rate or interest rate or profit rate. So in the case of insurance company, basically it is a profit rate. Okay. Then we have the equity return. Then we have inflation rate, and also we have this research framework, right, with all the variables that being classified in the literature review from all the sources of research that we managed to read and study. So we come up with this research framework. So this research framework actually contains about 8 variables, independent variables, which is actually from these 8 independent variables, half of it we consist it as classify it as internal factors, and the rest is the external factors. Okay. Right, the methodology of our research, we started with the sampling and data collection. So we have collected, we have chosen 5 selected Islamic insurance company located in Malaysia, and the year of study is between 2011 until 2020 data collection, right? So the regression that we apply here is actually the panel data regression, right? So we have descriptive analysis, and also we provide correlation analysis despite the regression analysis. So for the findings itself, the first one is about the descriptive analysis. So these are the descriptive analysis of the variables that we have collected, including the investment performance itself, right? So we can see that from this descriptive analysis, this one, it shows that the variables was in overall, actually, this study conducts about 50 observations, which is, we may say that from this descriptive analysis, we may say that the higher the mean than the medians itself, actually the skewness is more positively. And it is also, we can say also about the standard deviation itself, which we may say that the standard deviation of this study could show whether the variables being spread out or clustered around the mean. So it is said that standard deviation, if the standard deviation is higher, so the data indicates that the variable is spread out around the mean, therefore it has become less reliable than a lower standard deviation. Right, this is about the descriptive analysis, and these are the correlation analysis. Alright, the basic idea, or what does it mean by the correlation analysis, is actually to see whether the variables that have been collected has a multicollinearity problem or not. Right, so throughout the data that had been collected, the results shows that the results indicates that the correlation between the independent variables, a lot of it not more than 0.7, which is, this is suggesting that yeah, there is non-existence of multicollinearity issues. Okay, so this is about the correlation analysis. And these are the point of regression results that we have produced for this research, right? So as we can see from these regression results, from the 8 independent variables that we have tested and regressed, only 3 out of 8 show a significant result. They are size, liquidity, and also equity return. Overall, actually, for the whole model for this research, it is significant, where the F statistic shows at 8.3490 with the probability of significance 0.000, whereas we're able to reject the null and saying that the whole model is significant. Right. For a conclusion, throughout the results of the regression, panel data regression, we may say that only 3 variables that show a significant result, which is if we segregate it between internal factors and external factors. So we may say that the internal factors such as size and liquidity, and also actually equity return, shows a significant result. And our results of the study also being supported by the significant result between size, liquidity, and equity return, also being supported by previous research such as like a significant result of the size variable supported by 3 previous research which we have discussed in the literature review, and then our liquidity results, which is also significant, also supported by 4 previous researchers, as we have discussed in the literature review. And the last variables, that is the equity return, also being supported by previous research that doing insurance, that also investigating the investment performance in the insurance industry, whereas we are doing in the Islamic insurance company, we're doing for Islamic insurance company, meanwhile the other researchers doing for conventional insurance company and so on. Therefore, actually, we would like to suggest also that in the future, might be future researchers should do a kind of more a lot of data shall be collected, a lot of Islamic insurance company shall be included in the research so that we shall get quite impacted results in order to identify the determinants of investment performance, especially for the Islamic insurance industry. Right? So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.